Hi, everyone, and welcome to your full moon in Aries reading and pick a card. There will be timestamps in the description box for all of that. So let's get started with Aries key phrase I am. What does this mean, and where is it going to show up in your life this full moon cycle, and how can you use it to your advantage? So, Aries energy has a real can do energy about it. It is the initiator, the trailblazer, and the leader. It is taking action, taking charge, taking control, and taking risks. It can also at times show itself as egotistical, blunt, aggressive, and temperamental, but also as fiery and independent, hardworking, passionate, competitive, and sports minded. Another thing you may find with Aries energy is that motivation is centered on the self and personal desires, asking the question, how does this benefit or affect me? And while there's nothing wrong with looking out for oneself and wanting to be the best you can be, there is a need to be mindful of not becoming too self absorbed or too selfish. So now that we know what the Aries I am energy is, let's take a look at where it is showing up for each zodiac sign. I always suggest watching your rising sign first because it will resonate the most. But if you don't know your rising sign, you can watch for your sun sign. And if you want to book a personalized full moon reading based on your very own birth chart, looking at transits, etc., I have a link to my website in the description box below. So let's remember just before we get started that full moons are all about releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you or your highest good. It is the ending of a cycle, and by clearing out the proverbial clutter, it allows room to plant the seeds for your new moon wishes in a couple of weeks. All right, let's get started. Hi everyone, and welcome to the pick a card portion of the full moon in Aries reading. We have two piles here for you. Pile 1 is this card with the citrine, and it kind of reminded me of a bright full moon, okay? And pile 2 is this card or this piece of hematite, which kind of reminded me in darkness of the new moon, okay? And what I wanted to say, this hematite is shiny. Even though it's dark, it's very shiny, and it made me think, even though we're not seeing the light of the new moon, somebody's seeing light of the moon somewhere, okay? So that's why I chose those two stones for whatever reason. So pick by pile number 1 or 2, by card, or by the crystal, whatever resonates for you. And this is full moon. We're releasing and letting go. So this could be, each pile could be something different you can release and let go of in addition to what you heard for your rising or sun sign, or in place of. If you feel you don't want to work on the other this month, you can choose one of these and go with it as well. We're going to have an overall energy and different cards to choose from. So you may, or sorry, not choose from, but different cards that I'll be reading from. You may get a message or feel that one resonates, or all of them could. We'll also be doing live tarot as well at the end. So take your time, pick your pile, and I'll see you there. Hi to those who chose pile 1, this card, or this citrine crystal. We are doing your pick a card. As you know, you just picked pile 1, but for the full moon in Aries, overall energy, we're going to get right to it here, is North Node, life's purpose. We're talking about releasing and letting go, which is funny. This is something we want to work towards. So let's see how the cards come out and give us the message. Sagittarius, okay. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And Capricorn, reduction and devastation. Pay attention to your flaws. In them, you will discover your ability or affinity, with others. So, one message very clear right there for releasing and letting go. The flaws. What is keeping you from discovering your affinity with others? They're talking about pay attention to those flaws. So you know what your own flaws are. I can't tell you, there's too many people here, but, oh, and I didn't show you the name of this card either. Here, let me hold it up so you can see it. There's one thing that maybe you can release and let go of, okay? But we're back to this North Node, life's purpose, with Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is big and expansive, and it wants to go out and it wants to learn. So the Sagittarius energy would want to know, what is my life's purpose? Let me get out there and do it, right? They're very impulsive. They're very passionate about things and enthusiastic and energetic and all of that. So what I want to say is, maybe, do you believe somewhere in yourself that you don't deserve to step out on your life's purpose, or just simply that your life doesn't have a purpose, that you're just here to live, do whatever, you're happy with the way things are? I'm feeling with this Sagittarius and Jupiter energy, the message here is, no, you're meant to do great things, but there's clearly something here that's holding you back. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. Or even if it's not holding, well, no, it's holding you back, okay? It could just be fear of stepping out because you don't know what it is, and it's the fear of the unknown. We all have that. So it would be releasing and letting go of that type of fear. But first card out, we have New Moon in Scorpio, go deeper. Yeah, you may have to dig in. You may have to sit in meditation. You may have to sit quietly with yourself to figure out what is it that I'm supposed to be doing here, okay? So again, no, a lot of times when we have, okay, I love it, flaws, right? And look, I'm a Scorpio, so I don't mind going deeper. That's just something I think I do naturally. I don't even think about it most times. However, when it is something that I'm iffy about, I sometimes I don't go deeper because I don't want to know, right? Because I'm like, oh, it's going to make me do something, and I know so you got to let go of that fear, or let go of I really know better, because that's just your ego talking, right? So there's something you could release and let go. Stride out into new territory, Sun and Sagittarius adventure. Well, were we not just talking about big, expansive, wanting to go out full of passion and enthusiasm to get out there and figure out what your life purpose is? They're saying you need to step out into new territory. So that to me is stepping outside of the box. Maybe trying something that you've never tried before. Again, most things always will come back to fear in some way. But what I feel with this Jupiter energy, and I'm even feeling excited about it, is it's kind of shouting, what do you have to lose? Like, everything's a choice. You can choose not to do it if you don't want to. So is it the fear that you might like it, right? That's what I love about the full moons, releasing and letting go. It's time to look at all of these things and go, whoa, I actually have the opportunity to do this with the power and the energy of that full moon, which wants you to shed and release, because you want to make room so that you can bring the new things in on the new moon, plant those seeds to bring in what does serve your life. Here you're letting go of what doesn't serve it. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is, okay. So this is, first quarter moon assessing, but whenever I swear I've gotten this card, I don't know, a handful of times maybe, I'm always like, this is my Sagittarius card. Look, floating up in a hot air balloon, being on top, or being the hot air balloon, but definitely on top of it. 9 for ninth house, okay, which is the house of Sagittarius and Jupiter, and big picture, seeing things big picture. Oh my heavens, I love it. Okay, this message is definitely all about you stepping outside of your comfort zone, for some of you it may just be that. For others of you, it really may be going deep and figuring out what your life's purpose is this lifetime. However it resonates. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Oh, I love it. It's gaining momentum, you guys. Like, just look at the birds flying, right? Again, they see everything a bird's eye view. So this message is very clear. You need to step out on the path of your life's purpose. You just need to get out into an adventure. You need to assess things. You need to see it all, okay? Because right now she's just seeing the half moon, but she knows the other half's there, and it's really, I love it. Pay attention to your flaws. In them, you will discover your affinity with others. I love that. And look, we just have all of this, what I'm calling, I know this is Scorpio, different moons, but to me, it's just a lot of Sagittarius energy. So let's get some tarot here for further clarification, confirmation, guidance. I always love to see what the tarot cards have to say after we pull out these oracles. Okay, let's get 3. Two of Swords. Crossroads. That's right. You're at a crossroads. Are you going to, I'm going to say here, are you going to stay in your box and just be content with your, and I'm not saying you have a little life. You could have a very expansive life, okay? What I mean is, if you stay in the box, you're in a box, no matter how big the life is, all right? It can be a big box, but you're still inside of it. Or you can choose to go on the adventure. So leave behind the box, okay? 9 of Swords, trauma. It could be that, again, that fear, the 9 of Swords, the fear and anxiety holding you back, keeping you from stepping out and going for it. But I really can't stress enough, just really try and read up as much as you can about Sagittarius energy and even North Node, okay? And you can find that in your chart if you have, yeah, I mean, you can find out what your North Node is and start reading about that. Okay, I also do readings because I am an astrologer. So, you know, there's details for that for my website in the description box. If you don't want to do it yourself, you can always have someone else do it for you. And I love doing it for people because I talk about your life's purpose. That's one of the very important things that I do in a birth chart reading, okay, or in a natal reading. Let's get one last card. Seven of Swords, deceit. Maybe this is just saying that you have tried to step out before and you were burned for it. Okay, that's what I feel. Someone wasn't telling the whole truth about whatever, I'm going to say whatever adventure or whatever, when you stepped outside of your box, you finally, you know, were feeling confident and courageous enough to do that, and maybe you got burned for it, and that's what caused this trauma or this anxiety and fear. Now, it will be different for everyone. What I want to say is there's no need to worry about that. If God, Source, Universe is bringing this message to you and you chose this for releasing and letting go, there is a reason that you're here in this pile with me right now. Okay, so this is them saying, get rid of that Seven of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and make the decision to go, okay? To go on the adventure, to go for it. Get that fire energy. Get fired up, okay? Let's do one last card here. We have an oracle for you, pile 1, for this full moon in Aries reading. And Aries, we're talking Aries here, also fire, right? So, yeah. And they're the trailblazer. They love to go out and take the initiative. Oh my gosh, I let go of the anxieties of others, micro moon. I also want to say it's letting go of your own anxieties. And maybe for some of you, it is caused by others. Maybe some of you, it is self-inflicted. But either way, it's time to put those Nine of Swords to rest, right? And to get out there and look, there's a big adventure awaiting for you. It's somewhere, somehow in your life, and they really want you on this full moon to focus on releasing and letting go of whatever it is that's keeping you from your path, or just the adventure, stepping outside of whatever box it is that you're in for something new. That is your reading, pile 1. So great. I love this. Really great things, right? And maybe that's why for you, this could be in addition to what you've already heard or in place of, because right now this is more important for you to do according to God, Source, Universe, right? Now, what I want to say is if you have been watching this and you enjoy this message, please give me that like, that thumbs up. It really helps with my channel. If you are a returning watcher, thank you so, so much for your support. I appreciate it. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. And if you know someone that maybe is in that box and you know they're in there, you might want to share this message with them, because as I say, if I'm the conduit that's bringing it to you, you can be the conduit to take it to them, because they need to hear this message. All right. Thank you so much. And I will see you next month. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2, this card, or this hematite crystal here. Okay. This is going to be your pick-a-card reading for the full moon in Aries. So I'm going to have an overall energy. It's going to go along here with a few different cards. We'll see what comes out for releasing and letting go for you. I'm also going to be pulling live tarot as well for confirmation, clarification, further guidance, or advice. So let's get started. Pile 2. Saturn return, age. I like that. I like the rees. Right now when I'm recording this, we are, it's the 1st of September, and we are in one pile of retrogrades. Okay, so look, or they're coming up, right? So I love that Saturn retrograde come up here. So for releasing and letting go, Full moon. Oh, interesting. We have energy peak, harvest, blessings, and achievement. Well, Saturn likes that. So what are we letting go of here? We have Aries and Taurus, and this is the card name. I'll just let you see that. And it says creativity and alchemy. Fortune and prosperity go hand in hand, as does your ability to sustain what you already have. Oh, so Saturn rules Capricorn, which makes me think 10th house, right? Because Saturn rules the 10th house. So here we are back to career. A lot of career messages in my different readings over August and into September. So what do they want you to release and let go? See here, fortune and prosperity go hand in hand, as does your ability to sustain what you already have. I'm taking it out of context somewhat because what I'm hearing is, for some of you, letting go of this Saturn energy or Capricorn energy where it's just work, work, work. I need to do. I need to create. You know, I need to make more money and more money and more money. Yeah. They want you to let go of that. Because with this sustain, it just made me feel right away like, I love Saturn here. It looks like he's holding a small child, possibly. You have, what I want to say is you have enough. You have enough to sustain you. You have achieved. You have harvested. You have had blessings. Enjoy them. So they want you to let go. I want to say we can call it maybe workaholic. We can call it the person that just, we can even call it greed in some cases. Let that go. This is about releasing and letting go. They want you to be able to enjoy it. We've got Aries and Taurus. Taurus love to enjoy the things, right? And Aries, it is that they're I feel what I would say, take on that the need to express yourself with Aries, I want to say, but or being the leader with Aries, and that's fine, and controlling things in your life, that's fine with Aries. Aries can be a little bit me, and maybe you have to think a little more about we, especially if you have a family or a significant other or whatever it is. Okay, I'm just going to leave that at that. Let's see what the other cards say. Full moon in Pisces, forgive. Readiness for change. And this is a 5-0, which is a 5, so I like that for change as well. Sun in Aquarius, opportunity. Oh, okay. And we have here, these cards are dark. I need to, waning crescent. Yes. Protection. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Okay. So I feel like there could be some different things coming up here around the work, and right, we're talking about success and achieving and harvesting and all of that. For some of you, I feel with Pisces, maybe you, I mean, this was your dream, okay? It still is your dream to be successful, okay? And that's fine, but not at the expense of others or even yourself and your own enjoyment, or being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, so I want to say, so let go, forgive yourself. If you have been very, I don't know, my way or the highway, or just focused, you know, straight ahead, and you've put blinders on to anything in the side, it's okay. You know what? you can forgive yourself for that and move on from it. So let that go. Don't feel the guilt. We have protection here. I really feel, quite honestly, like this is just a message of, and look how it's the bird carrying the, it looks like a small child here, or even an adult, but like in a bird's nest, and carrying it, just caring for it. And I feel like this is saying you need to give yourself some self-love and self-care. I think it comes with this forgiveness, but also you need to take care of your body. We had energy peak here. Maybe, you know, that can take a toll on your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. You know, overworking and just, you know, nose to the grindstone all the time. Okay, so, and again, this is a 4, 5, 6. This is finding balance, peace, harmony, still with success though. So protect yourself from, I'm going to say, exerting too much energy. You need to let that go. Readiness for change and opportunities. I feel, again, this is a bit of a different one. I just feel here, I mean, we're talking full moon in Aries, I know, but I'm just feeling here, pile 2, that this is really a message for you to slow down, to take stock in what it is that you have. How much do you actually need to do to sustain yourself? Okay, and it's a return. And I'm not talking necessarily, well, you know what? Yes, about a Saturn return. This is about, what are you doing with your life? Are you living your best life? Are you learning the lessons in your life? And I feel for some of you, you're not, because you're still doing too much. Okay? And I know that sounds like a funny message. You've got to release and let go of doing too much. But really, with this protection card and the forgiveness card, I really feel like they're saying it's okay. And confidence is your key to success. When, I'm going to come back to this one in a second. When you're confident, and look at the Leo, the lion here, right? Because it is new moon in Leo. When you're confident that you are on the right track, that you're doing the right thing, that you have enough, that you are providing enough, and maybe then some, it's having the confidence to stop, right? I just can't say it enough. I mean, I feel like you're very successful here, but these are some things that need to be let go of. And by letting go, I just want to say with Sun in Aquarius, I feel like new opportunities will come up in many different areas of your life, maybe not just business. Because if your nose is so to the grindstone, oh, I feel preachy here. If your nose is so to the grindstone and your head is down and just focused on what's in front of you, like I said, it's almost like you have blinders on because you're so focused. You're not seeing what's around you, and those could be opportunities, new opportunities. You love to work here, okay? That's what I want to say with this particular set of cards. It's not that you don't want to do it or love to do it. I think you just do too much of it, and I think you're missing opportunities as well. So you need to let go of that. For whatever reason, I cannot think of the word I want to, or the words I want to say, but just that solitary focus, maybe that's it. Okay, let's look at some, but I think it's going to benefit you in every way. That's why the protection card's coming up, and I felt very much that I needed to mention about your health, mental and physical, because you know that kind of stuff takes a toll on a person. So let's look at tarot for clarification, confirmation of what's on the table, or further advice and guidance. Okay, and we are talking about releasing and letting go. Look, you guys, it's if you are able to release and let go of that, just nose to the grindstone, working hard, not seeing what's going on around you, actually lifting your head and seeing the sun, positivity. Look, there's actually two people here, and I feel that if we could see this card and it was emotion and they kept walking, they would come closer together. Let's get another. The Wheel of Fortune, karma. The Wheel of Fortune, we normally like to think about, right? You know, it's turning in your favor. Hop on it. I feel like this message is your favor. I feel like this message is your favor. Hop on it and let go of some of this work ethic that you have. And I know it feels kind of almost wrong to say, no, please have less of a work ethic. But if this is resonating with you, you know what I mean, okay? And we can also think of the Wheel of Fortune as it turns. Things change, right? The phases of the moon are changing, the cycles of the moon. So this can be you hop on and you change your life. We had a 5 here. The Wheel of Fortune could just be a symbol, again, that everything evolves and changes. Or is ever evolving and changing, right? So you can still be that same person who loves to work. You just might do it in a healthier way with boundaries. 9 of Cups. Look, okay, we have the Sun here, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the 9 of Cups. Fulfillment. Your wishes, you will still get what it is that you wish and dream of, if you're willing to go down this new path, okay? So I love this message for you, Pile 2. You're probably cringing right now, some of you, if this is really resonating. This card just flipped over. I'm ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Yeah, your life, okay? Really, your life. And sharing it with those around you, whether, you're single or in a relationship or have a family or whatever it is. But I really feel like this message is so important for you. And they're really, like card after card, really driving it home. And even what's coming into me is just very, kind of shaking a finger a little bit. But they did that. And then they set you with the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 9 of Cups. I mean, they're telling you, if you're willing to make the change and go down this new path, success is yours, okay? Continued success and fortune and, what it is that you're working so hard for right now that you haven't lifted your head from your desk, okay? So those are your messages, Pile 2, for this full moon in Aries. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please throw me a like, a thumbs up there. It helps with my channel. Commenting even helps. I've been forgetting to say that to people. An emoji, one word, whatever it is. Write a paragraph. It's okay. I love reading it. And so do other people, because it helps them as well. Sometimes, you write something and it could trigger something for someone else positively, right? So you never know. Words have power. Positive words have power. If you are a returning viewer, thank you. I appreciate your support. If you're new, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. And if you know someone who's going through this, someone in your life, a friend, whoever it is, a coworker, maybe send this on to them, because it really could give them some really great insight for what they can do and the outcome of it. All right, so thank you again for your time. I will see you next month.